You got to turn your camera on, Tim.
My camera's on. What's up? What's the deal? Where it is? There we go. Here we go. We got
Hey,
this.
there
We
we
know what
go.
we're doing. We know what we're doing. This isn't a shit show.
We're
This
trained.
is all how it was meant to be. What's up, man?
Good. I'm good, man. How you doing?
You get dressed up for me? You put on a collared shirt and everything?
Yeah. I'm nervous. What do you want?
Well, you're nervous? You've got like 80, 100 billion followers on here. You're speaking to like most of Shanghai, as best as I can tell.
That's
And
true.
so I wouldn't be too worried about it. I'm here.
I
Do you want to see the studio? Should we do back behind the scenes? This is not a fake studio. This is that's where the flamingo is. We used to replace the flamingo with the pinto beans bag. But I want to be
nice.
serious, serious
Ah,
fun,
but the
serious fun.
pinto bean bag was such a staple.
Then back here, oh yes, it doesn't look as cool back there. But this is how we're doing it. This was my favorite piece by Slate ever. They wrote about how oh, you can't see it, it's backwards, but they wrote about somebody asked her advice because their son was spending too much time reading the Bulwark, and now we're back here behind the lights. We got it. My grandpa was on the St. Louis Billikens championship team. There you go. This is
Nice.
it.
That's
This is where the
awesome, man.
magic happens.
That's outstanding.
What do we think? Did
But
you see that we're going to pardon Ghislaine? Ghislaine wants to be pardoned. Ghislaine Maxwell, Ghislaine.
uh,
Her lawyer has officially requested a pardon. Just right before we
it,
popped on,
it
and
is.
Trump this morning. I'm sure you saw that. Trump this morning said
Yeah.
he can do it if he wants. He just hasn't thought about it yet. This is pretty. I mean, this is
Well,
fucking
but what?
insane,
Look,
man.
it's such mob boss telegraphing in phrasing it that way. I can do it if I want to. I haven't thought about it yet, but if I want to, I can.
Yeah, we'll see.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, I think that like their playbook. He's never subtle, right? It's just so
Yeah.
obvious. Like they got 2 days meeting with her, Todd Blanche, and the whole thing. I talked to Andrew Wiseman about it for the pod today, which should be out here any minute. But
Oh, good.
so people can go check that out after we hang. And but he's like, it's crazy. The deputy attorney general doing this meeting with a convict
Well,
personally, and then the lawyer and Todd Blanche and Maxwell's lawyers are like buddies. Like he's been podcasting with them. It'd be like if
yeah.
you and me went and did this together. Like they're like pals. Like
Yeah.
they've done multiple podcasts. And so 2 days of meetings, and then they're like, we want a pardon. Like what? Like it's so obvious. Like she's gonna, be like, oh, it was really Bill Clinton. And who probably was Bill Clinton, by the way, and Prince Andrew, and like
Sure.
she'll point her finger at like anybody that Trump doesn't like, and that's going to be there, and in exchange she's going to get some kind of commutation. I mean that's at least the plan. We'll see if they can execute it. But like it is
Well, it's
wild that they think they can get away with it.
so wildly unethical on the part of Todd Blanche, because he was Donald Trump's former criminal defense attorney. He was lead counsel in Donald Trump's criminal case in Manhattan last year that resulted in him getting 34 felony convictions. And now he's number 2 at the DOJ, and he's meeting with someone alone who could implicate Trump.
Yeah.
There's nobody else from the DOJ who's sitting in on these meetings. It is Todd Blanche, it is Ghislaine Maxwell, and her attorney, and that's it. And I guarantee you they're not being recorded.
And did you see the little box? She got a little gift that she got to bring back to prison. Did you catch that? Drudge is on that. Drudge is kind of like the Tim of this sort of thing. I don't know. Were you ever a Drudge man? You were always a lib, right, Hawk? Were you a
Yeah.
hit lib from day one? Look at that
I
haircut.
mean,
You were obviously a lib from day one.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
I used to read Drudge every now and then just for entertainment.
yeah. Well, Drudge is has a full thing, and I always like to check him out before the pod because he's mysterious. We don't even know where he is these days. But him and whoever's doing this page has a good nose for news, and sometimes they see shit I don't
Yeah.
see, and they just
Oh, we lost Tim. Here we go. Oh, how did I get this done before? Let's see. I wonder if their page got banned again.
I'm
There we
back.
go.
I'm here.
All right.
I didn't go anywhere. I'm back. I don't know. I think maybe when I went to click over to the Drudge thing, I'm doing it on my computer now, so that was my fault,
Oh,
not yours.
gotcha.
But there's this little picture here. I'm looking at my computer instead of my phone, and there's a little picture of her walking into the prison with like a little box, a little mystery box. What could that have been? I wonder.
I mean, I wonder if it's that book of birthday cards. Did you see the one from Clinton, from Bill Clinton?
I saw that he wrote one, but I haven't actually read it yet. What did it say?
He wrote it included some unfortunate wording in hindsight. He praised Jeffrey Epstein's childlike curiosity.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Yikes.
I mean,
This is like, here's a question I have for you, Hawk, that you could maybe, you're
yeah,
better suited than this maybe than me. Because I'm like, my sense is that like the Dems, like regular Democrats and people don't give a rip if Bill Clinton ends up being collateral damage in this thing.
no, not at all.
Would that bug you? Do you have any sort of like old allegiance to him? I don't know. Do you have any like Clinton memorabilia around the
I
house or anything?
mean, just the hats and the flags and the shorts and the socks and the
Yeah.
t-shirts
The
and
Bible.
the wrap on my motor vehicle. No, it's just whoever's guilty, fucking lock them up.
Yeah.
Period.
And I don't know. What do you I think that's going to be the standard view, right? Among them.
For
I mean, like,
normal people,
yeah, yeah,
yeah. I mean, I've been getting comments on my videos all week from MAGA chuds that are like, Bill Clinton's on the list. Checkmate lives. And I'm just like, we don't give a shit. We don't care. We really do not care. Lock him up.
yeah. Um, do you? I mean, why do you think we got banned and you didn't? Was it if you're doing Epstein talk? Do you think it was are the
I
Chinese
don't
worried about Epstein talk? What's
I,
happening over here on TikTok?
well, two things. One, I hate that the last decade has made me as prone to conspiracy thinking as it has.
Okay.
Um, but I looked and it's like you guys, your page got banned for misinformation,
Yeah.
which I'm like, huh?
Ludicrous.
I mean, I think I texted you that their moderation at TikTok is all AI, and it's a mess. It's just a total mess. It's unruly, it's unpredictable, it's arbitrary, and it's just a complete mess.
It's actually useful that you're prone to conspiratorial thinking. I was discussing this with JVL and Sarah this week. That like we
Yeah.
need more left conspiracists. This is a problem. A lot of the left conspiracists like went with RFK and Tulsi over to MAGA.
Oh
And
God.
there's
Yeah.
some value in conspiracy thinking because every once in a while it's right, and also because it like people. There's a reason why they put National Enquirer at the front at the grocery store, up on the
Yeah.
front rack and not the Atlantic, because
Yeah.
that's just how the masses are attracted to that. Oh, look at those glass
Yeah.
shades. That's cool. Do you like? Do you have any hot conspiracies that you're on right now?
Uh, I mean, there are so many with Epstein about what's going on. Like, first of all, it's like, I mean, if you just look at the timeline of this year, it's not so much a conspiracy. It's like in February, Pam Bondi hands out those binders to the MAGA chuds at the White House. And then right after that, she's like, I have the Epstein client list on my desk. And then the next month in March is when somebody ordered 1,000 FBI personnel to scour the entire Epstein file 24/7. And then in May, according to the Wall Street Journal, Pam Bondi and Todd Blanche go tell tell Trump in the Oval Office, yeah, your name's all through this thing.
Yeah. Then Elon tweets that he's in there.
Yeah. And so it's like all the Elon stuff, I'm like, wow, how much access to information did he really have?
Okay, so there's your
You know,
conspiracy thinking. You think
yeah,
Elon was inside in the shit?
because he's just going in and copying all these hard drives and networks. And so who knows? Maybe he's got a complete copy of the Epstein file that he'll roll out if Trump tries to cancel his SpaceX contracts.
Yeah, that's an interesting conspiracy. The Kara, I never really bought the Kara Swisher, uh, you can call it conspiracy, whatever theory, that Elon just wanted to go in there and get as much data as he could for Grok. Like it was like an
Yeah,
AI content grab and like who has more
Yeah,
data than the federal government. I don't know. I always thought Elon was I think Elon got like literally red pilled and went crazy. I think he was kind of
yeah.
earnest in his crazy views more than this. It was like a grand strategy, but like he did have all those little nerds in all the corners of the government,
Hmm.
and they definitely exfilled some shit out of there.
Yeah. I mean, I look at Elon as, kind of childlike and loves drugs and he's smart, but I think his level of malevolence has developed over the years. Especially, he did not get a good reception when he entered the political arena last year,
No.
and that's borne out from the stock price and the international sales figures for Tesla, which I think that brand is done. I mean,
You don't think it's
how do you
rebounding
even
now that
begin
he's
to
out?
rehab something like that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like my friends that have Teslas, my like non-political friends, are feeling a little less embarrassed about it now. So
Yeah,
maybe there can be a slow recovery. And I think his bigger threat is like the
yeah.
Chinese are fucking running circles around him right now.
So I'll tell you my least favorite conspiracy theory on the
Okay.
left,
All right.
and it'll probably light up the comments section.
Okay.
The blue MAGA election deniers from 2024.
Well, thank you for bringing this up. Can I rant about this to the people in the
How
comment
about it, man?
section? Here's the thing. Like, just the principle of the matter of like, do you really want to be like them? Do you really want to be like these stupid fucking red hat people that are storming the Capitol and being like, there's the Chinese and the Italians and the satellites? So just before I even get to the facts, just like have some dignity. All right, like we're trying to have a little
Yeah,
dignity. But here's the thing about the facts on this is, people send me these fucking links all the time. I'm like, what? Like, you don't have to
dude.
do deep data research. The
Oh,
swing states were closer than all the other states. Kamala did the
yeah.
worst in the states that didn't matter, like where you wouldn't bother to rig the election because you don't. Who cares what is
Right,
happening in New York? People send me like, "What about this
right. Yeah,
precinct in New York?" And I'm like, nobody was
yeah,
monkeying with the numbers in New York. Nobody cares. Kamala's going to win New York. The states that she did the best in were Wisconsin. I mean, she didn't win, obviously, but were Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan. She only lost like basically what 2-3 points from where Biden had been in 20 in those states.
yeah.
In like New Jersey, she lost like 18 points. So it doesn't make any sense that they would rig the election. Like, why would it be closer in the swing states than it was in the blue and red states, right?
Yeah.
Like if the truth
Y-
was like if it was a rig, like let's just work game theory this. If it was a rig, you'd figure they would go try to rig it in the swing states where the Republicans had a governor, So
Yeah.
luckily that wasn't too many of them, but Georgia, for example, and you would see Kamala do very well, say in like Alabama and South Carolina, but then do like suspiciously poorly in Georgia, right? Like that is what you would see if there was monkey business. So
Yeah.
anyway, that one isn't true. I'm sorry, guys. I know that people want to believe it, but I also just think it's important. It's not enjoyable, but it's important for us to just accept that the people wanted this because you cannot learn anything.
Yes.
You cannot
Yeah.
learn anything for the future. You cannot
Right.
you cannot be clear-eyed about the state of the country if you're in denial about
Right.
what happened. So
I
there
think
it is.
I think that's a really, really good point. And I say that frequently. I'm like, you guys need to just accept the fact that this is what the electorate voted for.
Yeah.
Period. I mean, if you look at what we knew about him before the 2016 election versus what we knew about him from his 4 years out of office before the 2024 election, it couldn't be a worse picture. It
Right.
just couldn't. I, I mean, multiple felonies, insurrection, tried to overturn the election, owes the state of New York $600 million for fraud, on and on and on and on and
Stealing
on.
classified documents.
Yeah,
Lying.
and
Constant
the and
lying.
the and the electorate was like, no, he's a good businessman. I want that. He's going to get rid of brown people.
I love people in the comments are like, I disagree. I respectfully disagree. I respectfully disagree with you as well. But like Democrats run Michigan. How did they sneak it under and have it under Gretchen Whitmer's nose and Josh Shapiro's
Yeah,
nose?
right.
How did the Republicans rig it in Pennsylvania when Democrats run Pennsylvania? Anyway, okay, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah,
The,
I mean,
the,
Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Democratic governors, Democratic lieutenant governors, Democratic attorney generals, Democratic secretaries of state.
yeah.
But Elon came in with his satellites and got it done.
Yeah, dude.
I, you know,
Elon is fucking tweeting and trying to cheat at video games. That's what he was doing. Elon was
right.
trying to get up his score in that video game. So that Elon rigged one thing last year. It was the rankings on a video game. Okay, that's what he was.
I forgot about that.
That's what he was focused on.
Oh man,
Uh,
I gave up video games like 20 years ago. I
what
don't
was your
even know what.
game?
My game was Gran Turismo. It was a racing game.
Oh yeah, okay. I played a little of that.
Yeah, that was, and it's just like I could sit down and play that game for like 10 hours, and then I was just like, I'm a grown up. This is bad,
Yeah,
and so I stopped.
yeah, that's good. Yeah. I'm a sport gay, so it was like Madden and NBA
Yeah,
2K for me. I never got into the rest of
yeah,
the video game culture, which I
yeah.
appreciate. I waste enough time on other shit. What are you doing, Hawk? Tell me about this. I want to learn a bit about Hawks. Like when you're not TikToking and Bulwark simping and like reading the
Yeah.
Atlantic. Like what are you doing like in your free time? Like what's Little Thursday looking for you?
Um, well, I mean, I still have a full-time job. I'm working full-time as a trial attorney. I've been doing that for about 26 years. On Thursday nights, last night I posted a video from this on my TikTok page. On Thursday nights we have band practice. I've been in a band out here forever. I've been a drummer since I was 8 or 9 years old. Uh, and on the weekends, I hang out with my brother.
What are your favorite covers that you're doing for the band with the band?
Oh, we're doing two right now.
Okay.
Um, I mean, you got to remember, it's all guys that are my age.
Yeah, that's
I'm
okay. I'm not going to
57,
judge.
and we're doing Big Country cover right now,
Hmm.
which is actually a very complexly arranged song. It's been a pain in my ass lately. And then we're doing an In Excess song. I think it's called "Don't Change." I'm terrible with
What?
song titles. Yeah,
Okay. It's an NXS song. That's like what, 80s? NXS is 80s. What
yeah,
do you think about my Bulwark podcast outros? Do you listen to it on the audio so you get my outros, or do you get it on YouTube where you don't get them?
yeah. Well, I hear new stuff that I've never heard before, so
Okay.
I appreciate that. I
Yeah.
appreciate the curated outros very much.
I was really proud of the Frank Ocean one this week, which was about which I did not get enough feedback on, and I was like, I felt like it was like my Mona Lisa, and we done a little Hunter Biden chat, and then we just went out straight into a Frank Ocean
Oh
song
my
about
God,
Hunter. It's like about Hunter Biden's life, and
fucking
I got a little bit of feedback, but I
Hunter
work on it. I
Biden.
spend about as much. This is my escape. I spend about as much time as choosing the song for the
Yeah,
episode as I do on the actual episode. Because you got to have an outlet that's not Donald Trump.
I mean, do you have any free time?
Yeah, I do. I noticed a couple people in the comments say you look tired, and I do appreciate that feedback. I do. I love getting told I look tired, and I am tired.
Yeah,
I
it's been a rough
man,
year.
I just don't. Yeah, it's right there. I just don't. I'm just not like I do take every day. I did it already today. I take a 10-minute cat nap, 10 minutes for energy,
Yeah,
and then
love
I'm,
naps.
I'm not sleeping that much at night, and I'm just like
Yeah,
jamming. Like I'm just always doing stuff. Like there's just not a lot of time to do nothing. You know what I mean? So like I'm
yeah.
either doing YouTubes, doing videos, doing interviews, preparing for them, or I'm parenting. Taking my daughter to the basketball court. Luckily, my husband's doing a lot of the boring parts of parenting right now. So
Yeah.
big shout out to my husband. But I'm like taking her to the basketball court, going for a bike ride or something, or I'm out with my buddies drinking and going to a show. So that's
There
it.
you
I do
go.
all three of those things. We're doing
There you
plenty of
go,
drink. I
man.
would probably look less tired if I cut out the drinking and it would probably be more healthy for me to like spend that time reading history or something. And I did
Well,
used to read a lot more. I'm like I read a lot on my vacation 2 weeks ago because I love reading, but like reading is kind of what is hitting the cutting room floor right now for me because I'm doing so
yeah,
much news and hanging
yeah.
out with my buddies and parenting.
Well, as far as the drinking with your buddies, thank God for Z-Biotics.
Thank God for ZBiotics. Yeah, what a great sponsor. We can't give many freebies here on this one, Hawk. You got to make sure you're getting paid. Um, Someone suggested in the comments that I do the full Buttigieg and drew a beard. I tried to do that, so I did not shave in Europe. So I went to Madrid and then Amsterdam and then Oasis in Manchester for my vacation this year,
Yeah,
which was unbelievable. And
that's amazing.
and,
Yeah,
and I didn't shave the whole time. And I came back and I was like, maybe I'll have a beard. Now that I'm in my 40s, maybe I can grow a beard like a
sure.
grown up now. Nope, I had like huge holes.
Uh-huh.
Like I
I get
can't.
I get that. Yeah, dude, I'm 57. I've never been able to grow a beard. And
Sucks.
I've never been one to be like, maybe I'll just grow a mustache.
You look good with a beard, I think, too. It's too bad.
Yeah, because the just mustache thing will never not be creepy.
What about handlebar? Could you do it if it was
A
handlebar?
handlebar, I've never tried a handlebar. That might be an option.
Um, all right. What else? Would you have any burning questions? Things you want my take on, or you want to know about?
Mm,
Things happening behind the scenes of the Bulwark?
I mean, it seems like you guys work a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, we do.
I mean, really.
Yeah,
I can't
yeah, we do.
I
We're putting out
can't
a lot
I
of shit
can't
on
keep up
YouTube.
with I can't keep up with all the content you guys put out.
Yeah, we're getting some complaints about that from people, but I'm like, you know, like you don't consume everything that ESPN puts out too. Sometimes
Yeah.
you just got to pick and choose what shows you like and stuff, and that's cool. There's a lot happening,
Yeah.
man. There's a lot in the news. Like, there's
Yeah.
some stuff I think we don't get to that I wish we could. Like, I wish we had like better econ
Yeah.
people, and I like we're working on that. And I wish that our legal stuff is pretty good, but I think that some other folks are doing a little better. But so, I mean, politics, pure politics is kind of our bread and butter. But
Yeah.
there's so much happening. I think it'd be a different. Like had Kamala won, right? Had Kamala won, I would like all these thoughts. I was like, we're gonna do a book club. I'm gonna do a life advice day. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be boring, right? Like we'll do. I'm gonna do a day of the podcast where we go deep
Oh,
on
but
something from history. But that's just
could
not
you
what's
even
happening.
imagine? Could you even imagine what right-wing media would be if Kamala had won?
Oh my
It would
God,
be
dude.
hair on fire
Yeah.
every single day, man.
And that's what we would really be doing. So
Just
I don't know. Did
making
you
shit up.
did you get to watch the South Park? So this is another thing that like my watching is behind. I'm not consuming as much. So I've seen the
Yeah.
clips. Me and Sonny did a video on it. He watched the whole thing. But have you like watched it all?
I haven't watched it all. I've seen some clips from it. And
Yeah.
I mean, the one clip where he walks in on the painting
Yeah, with the tiny
and then
dick.
he goes to bed with Satan, I was just like, oh my God, man. I mean, I've been watching those guys since their first season.
Same.
It's kind of
Colorado.
ebbs and flows, but
I
it's just
like
like,
that they took
holy
the shot at
crap.
60 Minutes. I like that they went at 60 Minutes too. They didn't just go at Trump, which is like, their colleagues essentially. Like I thought that was pretty
Yeah,
ballsy. And it's interesting. My buddies over at Puck, who do kind of like insidery, media reporting
right.
about as good as anybody. They just had an article came out I just read before we popped on that like the South Park episode went to the top of CBS and they were like having discussions about whether to kill it
Yeah.
because they hadn't
They,
got the merger through yet, and it just got through
well,
today.
the two guys, Matt Stone and Trey Parker, I think I got those names right.
Yeah.
They were at Comic-Con yesterday
Oh
and they
yeah.
said, yeah, we had like a 4-day fight with legal about airing that episode. They wanted to blur his tiny penis, and we said, no, you're
Yeah.
not going to do that.
What the Puck story said was they put the two eyes on the penis to make it a character. They're like, fine, now it's a character, so we don't have to blur it because it is not a sex object; it is a penis man. So that is why they
Oh my
put the two
God.
googly eyes on the penis there
Well,
in
that's,
the
I mean,
episode.
which that's like the one episode of South Park that you can no longer see anywhere. The episode they did where they made Muhammad a character.
Right?
Yeah,
Is that
you
still
can't
not
see that
gettable? They
anywhere
haven't put
anymore.
that back on.
I don't know. I don't know if that ever came back. But
What other
well,
stuff are you
so
doing? Go ahead.
well, one thing I wanted to ask you, Um, I heard you say that you watched that Netflix documentary on Jeffrey Epstein last
Oh yeah,
weekend.
yeah. Have you watched it?
Yeah, I rewatched it again like a couple weeks ago. I think I watched it again the week before you
Yeah.
did.
This is when I was talking about not sleeping because it's like
Watching
everyone
that,
goes to bed and I watched it till like 3 in the morning. I like binged it for
yeah,
5 hours.
watching that now in this context is a wildly different experience than when
Yeah.
it first came out.
Well, the main thing I come away with watching it isn't actually related. Well, it's related to Trump because it's related to the cover up, but it isn't related to Trump
Yeah,
himself, his behavior.
yeah.
Was um, like there obviously are other co-conspirators. And there,
Oh
so you
yeah,
cannot tell me, you cannot say we reviewed all the documents. Maybe you could say we reviewed all the documents. There were other people that behaved badly that were involved in the conspiracy, but statute of limitations ran out or whatever. We don't feel like we could prosecute them. Sure, maybe. I don't know. I'm not a
yeah,
lawyer. Andrew Weissman could talk to you about that. But
yeah.
like their promise wasn't to prosecute people, it was to release the information so people could know who
Correct,
was involved. And there were
correct.
obviously many, many other people involved. Um,
Yeah,
and so to me, that was like one thing that really stood out. Another thing was their interview with the guy that was like the maintenance man on the island was really
yes,
eye-opening because he's talking about how many people had to know. Like that's the depressing part about all this. Like he's
yeah.
like they would land he's because I was under the impression that the plane landed on his personal island. Not true. It
No,
landed on the US Virgin Islands and they took a boat. So they get off the plane and it would be like Epstein, Prince Andrew, and like three 17-year-old girls. And it's like,
yeah,
what? And so it's like everyone
yeah,
knew the guy, the head of whatever the U.S. Virgin Islands, whatever the political figures are there, the people at that airport. So that was like
yeah.
another thing that was really eye opening. And then the last thing, and I think I mentioned this on a pod this week, but it's important because I hope I'm getting her name right. I think it was Maria Farmer. There are those
Yes.
two girls that are very important in the documentary
And
because
they were at like the very beginning
yeah, because
of
they
his
behavior.
activities. Yeah,
Yeah. And so they're underage at the time.
yeah,
So again, sometimes people like I get feedback from people that are like, "You're saying young women and girls interchangeably," and I'm like, "Well, because it's both. Like they
yeah,
trafficked girls and molested girls, but they also assaulted and abused adult women, young adult
yeah,
women. Anyway, in this case, they were girls. They were under 18, and it was her and her sister, and they brought them to Ohio. So it's an interstate trafficking thing. And this is important because when Epstein gets caught, right, he gets caught by the local police in Palm Beach, because people are like, what is
uh-huh,
up with this house where all these girls are going into the house all the time? So he gets
yeah,
caught by the local police. And then there's a cover up in Florida, like where the Florida officials try to protect him, Epstein. And so the local sheriff, who's like the hero of the story, really, in Palm Beach, gets no credit.
right,
He calls the FBI and he's like, they're trying to kill this thing. And he's like, you guys should look into it.
yeah,
Maybe there's a federal story. And when he calls the FBI, they look up Jeffrey Epstein. They're like, oh shit, we got that. We have a report about him in 1996 from this girl Maria Farmer in
uh-huh,
Ohio. This makes it a federal case because now we have accusations in Florida and Ohio and New York because they were traveling. And
yep,
that is all important. That it's worth explaining all that because she also mentions Donald Trump in that same
yeah,
report to the FBI in
yep,
1996. Now she doesn't say he abused her, but Epstein brings her to Trump Tower and he's like, and he says to Trump, "This one isn't for you."
uh-huh,
And so she mentions that to the FBI. It's like, you should also look into Trump because the way he said that made it seem like there are other girls that are for him.
right,
And so to me, it's like that is like such a key part of like why I'm so glad I watched the documentary, but also in this story of like what's in the files about Trump. It's like we know that there were FBI files that mentioned him dating back to 96. Like, it's
yeah,
a long time. So anyway,
yeah.
what did you
So,
make of it? Was there anything in the documentary that jumped out to you?
yeah, um, I had not, before I saw that documentary, I didn't have any sense of the connection between Jeffrey Epstein and Les Wexner.
Oh yeah.
A- And the first time that I watched that documentary, I graduated from high school in 1986 in New Albany, Ohio. I
Oh
lived
wow.
I lived about 2 miles from where Jeffrey Epstein got started doing all of this
No
stuff.
shit.
Yeah. But when I grew up there, it was all just hillbillies and cornfields. And then Wexner
Why?
comes
So
in
why
with,
did Wexner live there? That's what I didn't understand. Why does
so
this
he
rich man have a place in the middle of Ohio?
he had this grand vision of building an entire community with these like Georgian mansions with wings on them and shit like that. And so he came in and started doing that and just started buying up huge parcels of land because it was rural. I mean, it was farms out there.
Yeah.
And learning that the person in his organization who was handling all of those transactions was Jeffrey Epstein was just like, holy shit balls, man. And I don't know if it's in the documentary, but I read that there was one occasion where Maria Farmer like got out of the house and called the sheriff and went up to the front gate, the New Albany sheriff, and they like shoved her back in the gate and were like, nothing to see here. And Les Wexner's wife came out and grabbed her and took her back to the house. Yeah.
And again, like
And
that's
then,
what we talked
and
about. It's
then,
like there are obviously these other co-conspirators, and that's the
yes.
Wexner thing is the money. Like that's the other thing with that the Epstein thing. It's like where did his money come from? It was just all did Les
Well,
Wexner just give it to him? He has this. He creates this mansion in Ohio that's right next to Les's. It's the second biggest house in Ohio,
yeah,
I guess. And he had the biggest house
yeah.
in New York. And is an island. And he has a
I
plane. And he
never,
didn't work.
so Les Wexner gave Jeffrey Epstein power of attorney over his finances.
Yes.
I have I have never gotten what I would consider to be a reasonable explanation as to why. Because even if it's like some kind of blackmail or something, because there have been allegations about Les Wexner being gay for decades.
Yeah. People joke
Um,
that Epstein was his boyfriend or whatever.
yeah,
But
but it's
like,
like even if it's blackmail, that seems excessive to be a multi-billionaire with a massive organization of companies, and you sign over power of attorney for your finances to this guy who, up to that point, he didn't have a college degree. He was a math teacher.
for like 1 year.
It's just like I've never gotten a good explanation for
Well, there
that
is
kind
no
of
good
origin
explanation.
story on the money.
And there's no good
But
explanation
then,
except I guess that he was doing the young girls too. And like even still, it's like, okay. I mean, I don't. I guess you don't want it to get out that badly. But other people around Wexner thought it was really crazy. Like he would introduce Epstein and be like, treat him like he's family, and it's like, why?
yeah, I don't know, man. But then I also saw, speaking of Florida and that investigation, um, I also saw an interview this week with author Michael Wolff. I have very mixed feelings about him,
Same.
but I mean, the dude managed to get 100 hours of recorded interviews with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Nobody else has gotten that done. And he said that Epstein told him that Epstein thought that Trump was the one who put the Palm Beach police on his tail in 2005 because they had some falling out over a real estate deal in 2004. And Epstein always thought that Trump was the one who put the Palm Beach PD on his tail in the next year in '05. It
Yeah, I,
resulted in
I, I
that.
think that I mean maybe he thought that gives A Trump too much credit and B and if you just watch this documentary it's like no bro
Yeah.
what put the Palm Beach cops on your tail was that it's a small little town and you kept bringing 17-year-old girls to your house. I mean
Right.
like when you
And
show
younger.
the yeah and younger and like 12 14 I think well I don't know about 12 definitely 14 maybe younger than 14 I forget but if like they had one of those in that story they showed like in the Palm Beach Police Department like they had like they created like on the wall like you see in cop movies like they're trying
Uh-huh.
to make connections and they made it of these girls. It's so sad, like it's like breaks your heart to
It,
even bring up, right? Because it's like we met so and so Janie and then we were like who did you introduce to Jeffrey, and then she'd say three girls and they'd go find them and they would say five more girls, and so it's like yeah man you had 100 whatever girls come by your house and like they talk, you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that's what like I don't think there was a conspiracy. I think that you got caught.
right.
So I don't know, man, but
Well, and it's like, I mean, with what's going on with Todd Blanche and Ghislaine Maxwell, there were several young women in that video who were like, no, Ghislaine Maxwell was a perp. She was not a victim. She was a perp. She was willingly participating in this shit.
yeah, an
And now
organist.
it's like MAGA is trying to twist her into a victim so that they can make a deal with her and be and have
She's
it
the
be
devil.
acceptable.
She's the
Yeah.
devil. And she organized all this. She's in the room sometimes when he's doing this to the girls. Like she knows everything. She's telling the girls what he likes and stuff. And
Uh-huh.
she's, I just for what I don't know. Somebody put a what if this is Obama. I usually don't like the what if it was Obama thing, but it is worry. It is just it's less about in this it's less about Democratic Republican and more about like race. Like if you don't believe in racism and structural racism, like imagine if Obama was like on his third wife and there were stories about him in between the wives, like sleeping with a
Yeah.
19-year-old girl. It's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like even at that point, it's like, oh, black man has three wives and is cheating on 19-year-old girls, in between
Yeah.
marriages, and like the treatment. There's no plausible imaginary way where that person becomes the president of the United States. Like,
Yeah.
anyway,
I
yeah,
mean,
baby mamas.
you know, and I mean, it's like everything that this administration is doing is just so fucking rooted in racism and and bigotry and trying to restore, a turbocharged version of patriarchy. And I mean, I kind of joked in a video. Do you know what the 14 words are?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I made kind of a joke that, you know, Stephen Miller has made the 14 words official policy of the United States government, just adding on to the end. I mean, the 14 words are, we must secure the existence of our people in a future for white children. He's just added on to the end, unless they're sick or poor.
I mean, yeah, or like right, mixed race. The DHS. Did you see this? I don't. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe it wasn't. I don't know. But they've been posting this like traditional art with like very
Uh,
weird comments
it's
about
crazy.
how I'm trying to find the one, but they did one recently where
Wasn't that like
where there were
the
14 words. Yeah, here it is.
uh
Here it is. It's a picture of this white angel with white settlers, and then like Indians and like Native Americans and like traditional Indian garb. So it's about kind of white settlers taking over Indian land with
yeah,
with an angel standing over them. Okay, and
yeah,
then the caption they put in there: a heritage to be proud of, a homeland worth defending.
yeah,
American Progress, John Guest. So it's 14 words, but heritage and homeland are both capitalized, which is kind of weird. Someone pointed out maybe that's a Heil Hitler. Defending is also capitalized, so maybe not.
oh
But
wow.
I mean, it's just like
But this is what I'm
it
saying.
is
It's
not
like
subtle. It is not
I
subtle.
read, yeah, I read something like that, and I'm like, oh, it's 14 words. Oh, they capitalized both H's. It's
Yeah,
just like my brain just goes to that shit now.
yeah, right.
Oh
Well,
God,
because
this post is 1488. It's 1488.
I mean, it goes with that shit because that's who these people are. I mean, that's who these
Yeah,
people are, man. Like,
it's
I,
just dumb and racist.
yeah, and I think about the type of person that is volunteering to be the
Oh,
Department of Homeland Security's social media manager. I mean, like we all watched the Medius Man thing, the Jubilee people. It's one of those
sure.
kids. It's one of those kids. It's a 24-year-old that's like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I want to go be the shit poster on behalf of ICE and Christy Nome and Stephen Miller. I mean, I used to be a Republican. I like capitalism. I think about the markets. Think about the supply and demand here. Like, what are you drawing in? Who is the demand? Who's the pool of applicants going to be for that job? And it's going to be people
Oh,
that know about the 14 words. Let's just put it that way.
uh-huh. Yeah, no doubt. Absolutely. And probably have, we the people tattooed on their forearm
Yeah, yeah.
and shall not be infringed tattooed on one of their butt cheeks.
You got any tats, Doc?
Uh, I
You got
have
any?
I have I have one that I got on one of my ankles during that I got during the first summer that I spent in San Francisco almost exactly 30 years ago. Because, I grew up in Ohio, so I came out here and I was like, I'm going to get a tattoo. And of course, it's a couple of little Chinese symbols.
Oh, that's cliche.
Yeah,
What do they
it's about
say?
as cliche as you get.
What do they
Yeah.
say? Is it about Earth, trees, private?
It's supposed to say honorable soul, but for all I know, it means, soup. Who knows?
Honorable soul. That's nice though. I, I I used to
The
make fun
sentiment
of
is
virtue
good.
signaling. I used to be anti-virtue signaling for a while, but
Yeah,
it's kind of like there's something to be said for virtue signaling because at least you're trying to exhibit virtue. There's nothing wrong with that. Some people take it too far, and some people use it as a shield for bad
sure.
behavior. I get that, but you know,
Yeah,
aspiring to be an honorable soul is a good thing. That's good. I'm scared of
sure.
needles, so I don't have any. I don't have any ink, which is it served me well back in my troublemaking days in college that I was scared of needles. So
Yeah.
I'm
Oh yeah.
honoring that. I'm honoring
Yeah.
that fear and not getting any
Um,
tattoos.
yeah. Okay. Full breakdown on the Oasis show in Manchester,
All
their
right.
hometown.
Okay. I'll give you that. Then we'll do rapid fire. I got to go. I'm on Nicole Wallace in 13 minutes. So people
Oh,
can
okay,
turn
gotcha.
TikTok to terrestrial cable. There's this thing old people do.
We
They
can we
turn
can
on the
save the
TV.
Oasis thing for next time.
No, no, no. Let's do it really fast. So they're from Manchester, for people who don't
Yeah.
know. They haven't played in 16 years. So we're in their hometown. Their first shows were in Scotland, and they're this weekend they're in London. So and Manchester's like a little hard to get to, and so there weren't, and it was a lot. It was very local. Like when I started speaking with my American accent, people were excited. They're like, "Where'd you come from?" I'm like, "Louisiana," and people were like, "We got gifts." Locals, like my girlfriends, both got bucket hats as gifts from local Mancunians who were excited that we came. Mancunians who were excited that we came. And so anyway, everybody knew every word to every song, and they're doing little
Yeah.
by little stuff. Like obviously everybody knows Wonderwall, but like the deep cuts, all the people around us knew every word to every song. Everybody's hammered. Like everybody is like strangers are hugging me. The guys sound great. The Bittersweet
Yeah.
what's that band? The Verve. It wasn't
Yeah.
The Verve. It was Richard Ashcroft from The Verve opened.
Yeah.
God love him. Seems great. That's a great song. He sounds horrible. Like his voice sounds horrible. My voice is going to sound horrible. He sounds like he's. I don't know if Liam got vocal cord surgery or if he quit smoking or what's happening. If there's an AI solution or
Yeah.
he sounds amazing, and it sounded so good. The emotions, like people crying. It was really, really cool to see it. And it was in this huge field. All their other shows are in stadiums, but they are Man City fans, the B-list soccer team in Manchester. So the big stadium is Manchester United. They refused to play in the Manchester United stadium since they're Man City fans. And so they just played in this huge open field. It was really special. It was in my top 3. Daft Punk at Red Rocks, LCD Sound System at Madison Square Garden, and this I think are probably my three. That's my era.
That's awesome, man. I mean, how special to be able to see them in their hometown after they've been gone for 16 years.
It was really
But
cool.
yeah, I did hear a few people say that Liam quit smoking when they announced these gigs last year.
Yeah.
So
maybe that was it. He sounds amazing.
Seems wise. Yeah. I mean, because those guys are a couple years younger than me, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We're getting up there. So
we are. I'm getting up there. As commenters are telling me about it, how much I'm aging. I don't know if you feel this way being on TikTok, being on YouTube every day. It's like I've watched myself age during the Trump years. You just look at your videos from last year and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I was a baby
last year. Yeah, it's like I check them and I'm like, I have like spots on my face now. Like, what the hell, man? I gotta get some of that one skin.
Yeah, look at you supporting all our sponsors. Don't do it for free, Hawk. You got to get some of this good stuff for yourself. All right, hey everybody, dude, it was so great to meet you in Nashville. Thank you for coming. Oh, that's cool.
That was awesome.
It was so great to meet you. Thank you for coming. This is so fun. Let's do it again. Let's do it again soon. I'm sorry to everybody that wanted it to be last week. It wasn't our fault. It was the Chinese AI fault.
It was.
Probably giving bad information. I'm gonna go do Nicole, and then we'll hang out soon. All right, Brett, come on down to New Orleans.
This was definitely this was awesome. I very much appreciate the invite, and good luck on Nicole.
All right, homie. We'll see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.